Hi, everybody. It's Patricia here. I'm going to do a book haul. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That and that. But that's how it rolls, right? Anyway, this is what I got. Now, the first two I did on my last video, which was yesterday, on my current reads. And that was The City of Ghosts and Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. I'm not going to, where I went into this one yesterday more, best I could. I'm not going to get into them now because they're my current reads, and I'm definitely not getting into this because it will be spoiling it for this. Anyway, that's current reads and some new books. Anyway, my next books are a series of 5 by C.C. Hunter. Now, I had these books before, but within the moves, they they got lost, and I don't have them anymore, so I got them again. And I enjoyed them, and I just wanted to have copies of them again. And it is the Shadowfall series. So it's 5 books. The first book is Born at Midnight. The second is Awake at Dawn. Third is Taken at Dusk. The fourth is Whispers at Moonrise. And the last one is Chosen at Midnight. Now, let's see. I'll read the thing for the first one, so we can get a gist of what it's about. So it says, one night, Kylie Galen finds herself at the wrong party with the wrong people, and it changes her life forever. Her mother ships her off to Shadow Falls, a camp for troubled teens, and within hours of arriving, it becomes painfully clear that her fellow campers aren't just troubled. Here at Shadow Falls, vampires, werewolves, shapeshifters, witches, and fairies train side by side, learning to harness their powers, control their magic, and live in a normal world. Kylie's never felt normal, but surely she doesn't belong here with a bunch of paranormal freaks either. Or does she? They insist Kylie is one of them and that she was brought here for a reason. As if life wasn't complicated enough, enter Duke and Lucas. No, sorry, Derek and Lucas. My bad. Derek is half Fae, who is determined to be her boyfriend, and Lucas is a smoking hot werewolf with whom Kylie shares a secret past. Derek and Lucas can't be more different, but they both have a powerful hold on her heart. Even though Kylie feels deeply uncertain about everything, one thing is becoming painfully clear. Shadow Falls is exactly where she belongs. So that's the first book. She's this first one is 398 pages, so that's that. So I'm looking forward to getting into them again. The next one I got was, I've seen it on other YouTubers' books, and for the most part, they it was saying that they enjoyed the book, and that was by Libba Bray, The Diviners. Now this is the paperback. The hardcover has a different cover on it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Like just to uh, just to see, because at first I wasn't sure if I would like something like that, but in case that somebody hasn't hasn't know what it's about. So, do you believe there are ghosts and demons and diviners among us? Evie O'Neill has been exiled from her boring old hometown and shipped off to the bustling streets of New York City, and she is positively ecstatic. It's 1926, and New York is filled with speakeasies, Ziegfeld girls, and rakish pickpockets. The only catch is that she has to live with her Uncle Will and his unhealthy obsession with the occult. Evie worries he'll discover her darkest secret, a supernatural power that has only brought her trouble so far. But when the police call Will to the crime scene of a murdered girl branded with a cryptic symbol, Evie realizes her gift could help catch the serial killer. As Evie jumps headlong into a dance with a murderer, other stories unfold in the city that never sleeps. And unknown to all, something dark and evil has awakened. So, and hearing it, and I said, give it a shot, like, just to see. But, and there's, what is it? The other two, I think there was a fourth one coming out from what I heard another YouTuber say. The second is Layer of Dreams, and third is Before the Devil Breaks You. There it is, right there. So that's that. The fourth one I've gotten is from one of my is my top favorite author, and it's the first book in her Other World series, and it's Kelly Armstrong, Bitten. And they did have, oh, look at that, she can see me. Ooh. Anyway, it's about a female werewolf that's the only female werewolf in existence. So she um, she tries to make it out on her own until she's pretty much called back to join the pack again. So interesting to see what's going to come about with that. Even though I've read it before and liked it, I'm gonna read it again. So so there's that one. The next one is from a local author in my area. I think she's I'm not sure what town she lives in. I think it's down toward the outskirts of Sydney. That's Glace Bay, and her name is Leslie Crew, and it's called "Are You Kidding Me?" And from what she said, and I even got she signed it. And from what she said, these are articles that were in papers that all over the province, and I think it'd be interesting to read what these stories are about. It's like she has other books out, but this is I figured this one would be very interesting just to see what those short stories are about. They're all different ones. There's the canoe and, and oh, life lessons and these little side margin things. We'll see what they're about once I get into reading these. So I think it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to reading it. And it has those I don't know, the French flags. I don't know if that's what they're called, but if you know what these things are, then let me know in the comments below. So my last book is again something I probably normally wouldn't have picked up this author, except like some of his books are not as graphically horror as some of them can be. And one of the guys at my bookstore, he says that it's not. horror. It's not the graphic like I said, like some of his books. And it was Stephen King, The Institute. Now, from what he said, it's like telepathy and telepathic, and so it's it says in the middle of the night in a house on a quiet street in suburban Minneapolis, intruders silently murder Luke Ellis's parents and load him into a black SUV. The operation takes less than 2 minutes. Luke will wake up at the Institute in a room that looks just like his own, except there's no window, and outside his door are two or other doors behind which are other kids with special talents, telekinesis and telepathy, who got to this place the same way Luke did. Kalisha, Nick, George, Iris, and the youngest of them, 10-year-old Avery Dixon. They are all in front They are all in front half. Others, Luke learns, graduate to the back half, like the Roach Motel, Felicia says. Kids check in, but they don't check out. In this most sinister of institutions, the director, Mrs. Sigsby, and her staff are ruthlessly dedicated to extracting from these children the force of their extranormal gifts. There are no scruples here. If you go along, you get tokens for vending machines. If you don't, punishment is brutal. As each new victim disappears to the back half, Luke becomes more and more desperate to get out and get help. But no one has ever escaped from the Institute. As, psych- as psychologically terrifying as Firestarter, and with the spectacular kid power of it, The Institute is Stephen King's gut wrenching, dramatic story of good versus evil in a world where the good guys don't always win. So I think it's going to be interesting. And so, since pretty much if they read it and I can pretty much trust their judgment on what the book is about, I said, give it a shot. And it's the first hardcover Stephen King book that I bought. There's the There's the I didn't realize it was a blue with the black binding. Anyway, that's it. That's all the books I got. So did you get any books lately? And if you did, let me know what they are. And I hope you guys have a great day. And if you're in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.